Probably one of the most interesting advances in neuroscience and brain science in the last 40 some years is the ability to see how the male and the female brain are set up differently, how they process emotion differently, how they process learning differently, how they learn differently. Love, anyone who's been together, right, with someone in a heterosexual couple for any number of years, they already know. They go, oh, duh, or anyone who's raised kids, right? Parents sense it if they've had both boys and girls. They go, oh yeah, there's something different. Well, in science, we have the ability now. So when I'm showing brain scans, I'm showing, for people to see these differences, I'm showing a number of here's some big things we see. One is that the female brain, so all the women in the world, because remember, this comes in on the X and the Y chromosome, so your culture and your race don't matter for what I'm going to talk about now. They can matter for other things, but they don't really matter for this, because this is all brains, right? X and the Y chromosome. Females are XX, males are XY. So if you're XX, if you're female, you're doing words on both sides of the brain. So when we scan female brains, we see word centers on both sides of the brain interconnected. For males, we're doing most of our words on the left. So that's one very profound brain difference. That creates another profound brain difference, which is that females are connecting words to feelings and words to senses and words to memories, right? Those are in the midbrain. Females are making that connection on both sides of the brain in multiple pathways, whereas males are connecting words to feelings, words to senses, words to memories on one side of the brain in more limited pathways. And that's one of the reasons for mental health issues. It's one of the reasons we have to train and retrain every therapist. All of us have to get training in this, because we need to de-emphasize with males that quick word to feeling ratio. I asked you what you feel, why can't you tell me what you feel? Well, you ask a female brain that, not every female, but you ask a female brain that, her baseline is, give me a second. Okay, and then she can download a lot for the person verbally. But males, you could ask that question and he could think about how he felt 3 hours later. 3 hours after the counseling session, he would go, oh, I know what I should have said. Because the brain is not set up the same way. And another, probably I'll give a third one, is the white matter and gray matter. So females have up to 10 times more white matter activity in the brain. So they're constantly making connections all through the brain. White matter is in the myelin, so it's all over the brain. Males have up to 7 times more gray matter. Gray matter is in splotches, so males are doing their activity in splotches. Females are doing their activity throughout the brain. That creates a whole other set of considerations when we're looking at mental health issues, and it's one of the reasons that you see boys get so focused and they can't see outside the focus, and sometimes they're focused on they're depressed and they get really focused on video games and they're just playing video games. They're not able to go elsewhere, and so that white matter gray matter activity difference is also profound. And those are just what did I give, 3 examples of brain difference out of hundreds that exist that we can scan. And I know people say nowadays you'll hear people say, well, wait a minute, that's not right, there is no male-female. Or if you say there is male-female, then you're anti-trans or you're against LGBTQ or something like that. And exact opposite is true, actually. Actually, if you are any population you are advocating for, including LGBTQ+, we have to know the baselines of male and female. Every gay person wants to know their baseline for male and female. A trans person is actually sensing that the baseline is a different baseline, that the mind and the body are not aligned. One is male, one is female, is what they're sensing. So male and female as the baseline is not going away. It's absolutely here. It's the core of a lot of our lives because of these hundreds of profound brain differences.